Hello, everybody, welcome. Rosa Psych Investigator, hello, everybody, welcome. Rosa Psych Investigator. So, as I'm doing this video, it's a short video. As you know, I've been doing videos of one topic only. But I feel like I want to make them shorter. And it's not just because I want to make them shorter, but I had this vision as I meditated earlier today about Trump leaving. I asked the question about that, and I saw it was interesting. Okay, before I tell you what it is, that's the protection. I like to ask for protection, a beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I fill my lungs as I breathe out. I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I like to ask that information come only from the highest sources, that it create the good and all the good, and so it is. Okay. So by the way, today is a really gloomy day. It's supposed to be snowing in other parts of New York State and the Northeast. So I hope everybody's safe, okay, and warm. But let's me go back to this story. So I had also been a few people sent me somebody's video from TikTok, and some guy had a dream or something. I don't know. And I have to say, I don't really I don't the whole dream thing is very much like it's too many layers distant. Okay. But it's interesting, because I realize that a lot of people are anxious about obviously him leaving and how. But I got the message today really that it just showed me like a comet, like a comet falling. That it said something like that his his demise is written in the stars, so to speak, right? It's meant to be. It's not going to be something that we are familiar with. We have not seen something like this before. I mean, we have not seen a president like him before on many levels. But it's said just to keep the faith, and just trust, like trust that I don't say the universe is taking care of it. It's not exactly that, but there's no way out for them, really. And the whole thing is just gonna collapse. And we're like we have to just go on with our lives, live our lives, do what we do, get rid of stuff, keep going, because in some ways it is outside of our control. I mean, we could talk about it, we can affirm, focus on the things you want. That's the time to do that. Okay. But the details, I'm never really given the exact details on how that's meant to happen. I think because we're not meant to know really. And I get, as I'm telling you this, I get that you're it's going to happen. And and it shows me the buildup of something over time, like the boomerang effect essentially goes all the way, then it comes back. Okay, so they have pushed it as far as they could, and it's going to collapse. Okay, and it's hard because when you think about it through your logic mind, it seems like people say, "Oh, is he going to be impeached? Is he going to?" I just don't think that it's going to be anything that we have seen before. And impeachment never worked for him. He has been impeached before. It doesn't work because it doesn't pass, right? The both chambers, either not even one. Okay, so so this is it. And so let me ask here, Spirit. So what do we need to know about Trump leaving and the circumstances and what's happening in the next 2 months or so? It shows me him walking with a cane, with canes. But have you seen recently in the last few days? Has been sleeping openly. There's a picture of him falling asleep. There was a meeting with Marco Rubio. I think it was today. He was sleeping, but it's saying it's barely functioning, and there it tells me there are internal feuds among them, right? Um, and uh, and it's saying Vance is not taking over either. So how do we, as Christmas approaches, and we prepare for travel or not? Keep going, saying he keeps people's attention with the threats to invade Venezuela, and that's right. He's going to have a plan like that always. But it's saying there's at some point it is not enough to wag. It's like the tail wag the dog, right? That's what I think. And it's interesting. It's saying that I had initially scheduled my trip to the 5th of December, but I postponed it or ended 10 days or so later. And oh, it's unclear, right? If something happens to the administration, then of course there may be some travel disruption, but it's not really like I don't want to ask about it. It's just it's sort of doesn't make sense. The timing is, I think it will be really soon, but it cannot choose exactly the time. It's not how it is. But saying it's imminent again, and you say don't try to understand because this has never happened before, something like this. Either a president like this or a downfall like this. And that's right. It shows me him fading, 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 and they can't keep propping this up for much longer. And and it tells me also the economic numbers, he doesn't publish them. They pretend they create a completely fictional reality that they push, but it's detached from what we're experiencing, right? The reality that we see on the ground. So, so no, it's saying they're saying there are plans in place. Just keep the faith and don't focus on the how. Okay, just keep focusing on him being removed, how everybody's celebrating, how we're going to rebuild afterwards. Because it's saying, and it shows me also, we're reaching the end of the Putin administration. Also, it's barely functioning, and they're hoping to kind of what's the word? Keep each other alive, like to pump each other, but they're running out of gas very, very quickly. So, tell me the circumstances, and it's saying, and I go through the news and the different websites that have like Twitters of the world, right? And it showed a video of Steve Bannon today openly saying that we have to side with Russia, right? Which has been their goal from day one, right? Convincing the US to join Russia. I mean, they're doing it with the Ukraine negotiations. Everything has been more blatant than ever. And it tells me just as they do that, then the whole thing falls apart because we're not meant to be a Russian puppet state and that's what Trump is doing, right? He is functioning as a puppet of Russia. So, so that's interesting. So any advice for us? So keep the faith, and it is saying it's hard because you keep seeing like the reality that you experience is one thing, what the news says is another, and we all want this to end. But it's like checking the clock kind of is not going to necessarily make it faster. You just have to visualize it, send the light towards it so that a truth is revealed and the rightful president shall come back to her place, right? So, and it's funny, I yesterday also I was around here, I went over there and came back, and I swear I got something about Kamala. She was saying, um, it's not over yet. I'm here. I'm still here. So, okay, so it's just that's that. That's that. It's interesting times, right? Definitely an interesting time to be alive. And I was listening also to Kathy Beals. She had an interview with this astrologer, Steve Judd, and he was talking about the big changes that are supposed to happen next year and how this is going to set up the world for the next, I don't know, I don't remember how he's hundreds of thousands of years, something like that. Hundreds of years, he said. I think he said it, something like that. And I was thinking, I really don't think that so many of us would be wrong, right? That we're not gonna, because he said something like, oh, we could enter into could we have to choose, right? I just don't see us going in the direction of darkness. I do think we're here for a reason, and we're going to see something better happen, not the darkness that those some people are trying to fester, right? Uh, so this is just a quick message. I'm gonna now after this video, I'm gonna start looking into specific items. Okay. All right. So yeah, and then I see this image, interesting, Trump kind of fading away. It's as the day crosses like the New Year's, like looking to 2016. It's just it seems unlikely that he will continue. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go for now, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Okay.